Your skin isn't just aging because time is passing, it's aging because the world is throwing everything it has at you every single day. Ultraviolet rays, pollution particles, cigarette smoke, heat, ozone, blue light, and oxidative stress. These environmental offenders don't just rough up your outer layers. They dive deeper, subtly, and sometimes not so subtly, altering your skin's very genetic behavior. It's not about scars or sunburns anymore. It's about epigenetic aging, how your environment literally reshapes gene expression in your skin cells, silencing the good stuff, turning up the bad, and accelerating the cellular drama we call aging. But the plot twist? Some of this can actually be reversed. When your skin gets hit with UV light, especially UVB, it triggers more than a tan or a sunburn. It damages DNA directly, leading to mutations, but it also kicks off a molecular panic response that includes inflammation, increased matrix metalloproteinase, MMP, activity, aka the enzymes that gleefully destroy your collagen, and oxidative stress. Over time, this repeated onslaught leads to photoaging, wrinkles, pigmentation, sagging, and that leathery texture no one asked for. But UV exposure also induces epigenetic changes, including increased DNA methylation in key skin regeneration genes, effectively silencing them. It's like putting a gag order on the very instructions your skin needs to stay resilient. Pollution, particularly fine particulate matter, PM 2.5, and ozone, is just as nefarious. These tiny particles don't just clog pores, they generate reactive oxygen species, ROS, that penetrate deep into the skin, damaging lipids, proteins, and DNA. They also trigger a shift in gene expression, turning up genes involved in inflammation and cell death, while downregulating genes tied to repair and defense. Studies have shown that long-term pollution exposure is associated with increased markers of epigenetic aging in skin cells, meaning your skin starts to behave older than it actually is. It's like living in a toxic city makes your skin fast forward through the calendar. Then there's the slow but relentless effect of oxidative stress from all sources: sun, pollution, stress, poor diet, even excess iron or certain medications. Oxidative stress affects mitochondrial function, shortens telomeres, those little caps at the end of your DNA that fray with age, and alters the skin's microbiome, which further compromises its barrier. Most importantly, it disrupts the skin's ability to maintain normal gene expression patterns. This includes downregulation of antioxidant genes, collagen-producing genes, and cell cycle regulators, all of which are vital for healthy, youthful skin. But here's where it gets interesting. This environmental damage doesn't always leave permanent scars on your gene expression. Many of the epigenetic changes caused by UV, pollution, and ROS are reversible if you give your skin the right signals. That's where lifestyle, skincare, and even emerging science step in. Antioxidants are your first line of defense. Topical vitamin C and E, ferulic acid, green tea polyphenol, and resveratrol don't just neutralize free radicals, they can also modulate gene activity. For example, vitamin C doesn't just scavenge ROS, it actively supports DNA demethylation by helping TT enzymes remove the chemical tags silencing your skin's regenerative genes. Retinoids, meanwhile, go nuclear, literally, by binding to retinoic acid receptors in the cell nucleus and switching on genes that boost collagen, normalize keratinocyte turnover, and repair UV damage. Niacinamide, vitamin B3, also shines here, improving cellular energy production, reducing inflammation, and helping regulate gene expression tied to barrier function. Beyond topicals, there's growing evidence that lifestyle changes can alter epigenetic patterns, even in older skin. Diets rich in phytonutrients, antioxidants, omega-3s, and low in advanced glycation end products, AGEs, have been associated with reduced expression of pro-aging genes and better skin elasticity. Sleep and stress management help regulate cortisol, which has its own epigenetic effects on skin inflammation and immune function. And regular, moderate exercise is emerging as one of the most consistent ways to reverse age-related DNA methylation patterns, not just in your muscles or brain, but in skin tissue, too. Emerging therapies like microneedling, fractional lasers, and radiofrequency don't just resurface the skin. They've been shown to reset gene expression in fibroblasts and keratinocytes, restoring a more youthful profile. Even more cutting-edge, researchers are exploring topical or injectable molecules that target specific methylation marks, potentially reversing epigenetic silencing at the source. Think of it as rebooting your skin software, not just patching the visual glitches. The big takeaway? Environmental damage doesn't just make your skin look older, it makes it act older, deep down at the genetic level. But it's not a death sentence. With consistent care, smart ingredients, and a bit of biological wisdom, many of the harmful changes in gene expression can be rewound, undone, or at least slowed dramatically. Your genes are still there. They're just waiting for the right cue to come back on stage. And while we can't bottle time, we're getting awfully good at reminding your cells how to behave like it hasn't passed.